This may be outdated, but will never be irrelevant. I read in the paper the other day, cop killer put away for good, so they say. And I immediately thought, what about them killer cops whose fingers rock the trigger spots on their pretty Glocks, the trigger-happy idiots who are eager to fire shots and easily get off as innocent due to their title cop? Or whatever their authority, say, head of neighborhood watch. You see, this is the ideal job for that grade school bully who never really grew up but only got older, and with time his heart colder. But even with good reason behind why he has come to be this kind of guy, there still exists no legit explanation that will ever justify the shots that were fired to take away the life of this young innocent child, just 1 year short of becoming a man, and you thought you had the right to go and take away that chance, but still. He was more of a man than you will ever be. You're as honorable to this game as a biased referee, with the outcome relying on the investigation team, but why is it they seem to be slacking and procrastinating and thinking that that's okay when people are still waiting and are starting to lose patience, already losing faith in this whole investigation? Because as the process progresses, the less I can understand. How is it after confessing the killer is still a free man? How is he still considered innocent until proven guilty when he admitted to the killing and there were witnesses? Do you feel me? The hypocrisy in their theory is more ironic than Ferrum. Trying to keep the streets safe, how quick they contradict their theorem. If the neighborhood safety is what they were trying to invest in, then without a doubt Zimmerman would be arrested. And who's he trying to be kidding? Claiming it was self-protection, well, I guess he got the system because they lean in his direction, and need it be mentioned that he even neglected the operator's advice. Matter of fact, he went against it. And I don't know all the facts, so I'm not going to pretend it, but I can't pretend to act like I don't see guilt in the defendant, though I can't even call him that because he still isn't even on trial. It's really taken a while. With all this evidence apparent, how are they still in denial? How are they digging up dirt just to toss into the wrong pile? 'Cause see, even after his death, they still would not let this child be at rest, accusing him of being under influence, so they run his body through drug tests while the killer stays untouched. How does that make any sense? And that isn't even all. I further question their intention when they try to make it relevant to mention the fact that he was suspended, as though it justifies the actions of this felon. And if you must know, he was on suspension for 10 days for possession of an empty bag of weed. I've gotten off for way worse with less of a penalty, but regardless, it was harmless, like a boy who was armless. I don't mean without limbs. I'm speaking about him, in specific, Mr. Trayvon Martin. And this poem doesn't reflect half the respect you should have gotten, but I promise to put your story into the light, because ignoring your rights is not justifiable. You know the forces be reliable when they're pretty much going with this. Assassination can be passed off as self-defense, because pulling out a weapon is the only way to go against a shady black kid in a hoodie, no matter how little, because there's no other means of protection against Arizona and Skittles.